Hello there, puzzle friends again. We are here today with another video about jigsaw puzzles, and as you see, I already have a somewhat big box. So we got something in the mail, and as without further ado, I make this away so we can see them again together. This time they were not so very well packed, and I believe I will send a message to the shop and then let's see if everything is actually here or if something is missing. As usual, they have a list what I have ordered. The list is damaged, but if that's the only damage, that's okay. So let's start immediately. So we do have here a jigsaw puzzle from SunsOut. It's a meal, and I really liked here. You can see here the deer. Here is the river. The foliage. That's it's in the fall. It takes these beautiful colors, and I like here that it's very making is going to the depth also. And here you see also the trunks are very beautiful. So you get the picture. Johnson's Mill. SunsOut, an American brand. We do have some SunsOut in the collection. And now we come to a brand that I will show you quite sometimes. It's called Nova Puzzle. It's a new brand, at least for me. And they had it on somewhat better price, so I did buy some puzzle of them because I actually said I like one or two puzzles from them. Let me put them on the wish list, and if they make sales or something, then I will buy them. And the time has come. The first one is a simple panorama a panorama picture with how do you say this in English? I forgot. Baharat. The Nova Puzzles is a brand from Turkey. You can also tell it come here. Here they have the side. Spices. Yes, I know the word. So you see a lot of spices in a wooden box. I do believe this will be a very interesting jigsaw puzzle to make, since you will quickly find this goes there and this goes there, because there are many different colors and many different textures on the pictures, as you can see. I will not try to name these spices because I will probably say the names wrong, since I haven't used the English terms for a long time, and some of them I may actually not know at all what the English term is. This is a cinnamon, for let's say, for example. Yes, I know this, but some of other of them, yeah. Let's play it on the safe side, so here is a picture of a Tower of Babel. So I do have one picture from this. I do believe it's from Casterland, because they had very beautiful clouds on the Casterland picture. And this one I liked it. It looked somewhat, the colors looked very nice on the side. Here it looks somewhat different from what it was on the side. What? Well, again, a nice image. Tower of Babel. Babel Kulesi. They don't have the name in English. But either way, 1,000 piece was the last one. This one is also 1,000 piece. And now let's go to a different one. We'll go to Nova Puzzles again once more. There are some more. This is an art puzzle. It's also the same one from the same country. It's also from Turkey. I liked this one because it had style, something like a Gothic style, so to say, and it was a picture that was somewhat different than what I usually have when it comes to city views, or let's say, if that's a category. This one is a little bit bigger, 1,500 pieces, and the dimensions are also the typical 85 centimeters times 60 centimeters. Museum series, it says, like, I don't know if this is a famous painting or something like that. It says the name Cheers to Love. And what I also wanted to say about this picture, it actually does remind me of some places I've been to or have visited that are some, so let's say, medieval towns. I have seen these places in Munich, which is where I am situated now, near in Munich, or I have also seen this in the Gothic part of Barcelona or some other cities. So I said it does remind me of something that I have already seen. Then I'd say good, and it's different, so let's buy this. This one is a picture from Stokes. I'm quite familiar with her work. I'm not sure if I actually have any puzzles of her. Well, now I do have. It's a realization from Bluebird puzzles, and it's actually somewhat different. The Bluebird, most of the time they have blue boxes. This one is more dark. Probably they wanted to go with a Gothic theme also, so to say, and they also have put here some beautiful flowers. This is something like Colibri. It's something like their logo. The name is Angel Rose, and I actually bought this. I wanted to make in comparison to the woman, to the picture, with the ones that I have, which I have many from Chris Ortega. What I actually found quite, I wouldn't say wrong, it's art. The term wrong doesn't always fit to as the description in art. I find it somewhat well, you'll get the picture. Here you see the woman, here his her waist, but here you don't see anything. So it would probably should be here. Something is missing here, but it's very small detail. So I thought that's not a reason for me not to buy this jigsaw puzzle. I do believe all of these images were actually on the shop. I decided to buy this one. This one was also a very good candidate, so to say, and this one also says made in Turkey. That's interesting. I do believe they are not a Turkish brand, but they may have some collaboration with the Turkey. So let's carry on. We go again to Nova puzzles. As I said, I do have bought some Nova puzzles in this collection, and this one is also a very colorful, vibrant addition to the collection. It's a butterfly, but it's also in an artistic way, as if the brushes were on the water, and I do believe, and here you see also some texture, so I do believe this will be an interesting jigsaw puzzle to make. And this one, I have to tell you, it actually came also in, this one is 1000 pieces. It came also in a variation where it was 1500 pieces, but I believe they were the same dimension. And I'm not expecting this one to be an easy one, so I said I will rather go to the 1000 realization of it. Would you have gone on the larger piece some, or would you not? Feel free to write me in the comments below. This one is also, I do believe this one was also for the same, about what I say with the pieces. It's also 1000 pieces. This one is called, I believe it was called Calligraphy or something. I don't know what's written there. Maybe some of you does. I will probably ask a friend of mine who speaks Arabic, and he maybe give her lights. And here you see on the back they also have some other jigsaw puzzles that they have, in which actually We will see this one too in this batch, and that's it. The other ones, I believe I have seen this one I have seen, but I decided on some other patterns. Well, again, I did buy some, but I have to put also some borders. I don't know if the borders is the right word. I have to stop myself. This one is also somewhat different. I really like the feeling of it. Here is the sand behind the desert, and they have tea or ocha or something like this on the image. I'm not sure if they have here on this urn or if they have something inside, some wine or something like this. Again, the same picture on the background. 1,000 piece. I thought it would be interesting to have a picture like this, and I actually have it. This one is also somewhat interesting. I saw you on the back side. We did buy this one. It's an image of a fantastic place, so to say, also made of fantasy. Probably don't believe this place exists, and I like the fact, yeah, it's somewhat tranquil, somewhat isolated, so you can get your time alone to come down from the hustle and bustle of a city or whatever the hustle and bustle is coming from. And the sea is also so tranquil, no waves, nothing. This one is something that I was waiting on the wish list. I said I would buy this one if they have it at a good price, and this one was one of them, with the masks and the carnival and stuff like this, very colorful, as some others were. There are some flowers also, which I really like now that I'm seeing them up close. This is a rose also, it's very interesting. This is I don't know if you how do you say them in English. They also roses. In the German language they are called Pfingstrosen. Also Pfingstroses. Pfingsten is holidays that are in Juni, and the schools are closed. I do believe they are the last holidays before the closing of the schools for the summer. Here is also, you can see some notes. So there is always a party when it comes to carnival with dancing and stuff like this. And it's also here, they also have a signature, which actually says Padova Samoriadova. I read it from the side, I couldn't read it from there. Well, the signature is also immer somewhat a mystery, isn't it? Or it's supposed to be somewhat a mystery. So, and maybe this will be the last one. It's an image from a landscape. This landscape is something that I have been seeing where I actually live, so with big trees and the streets under the trees. Some of them are also like this, without any asphalt or tarmac or something like this. And this is a guy who is going there. This may be a barn or something, or maybe a house. So, and there are some flowers here. This is also something like a watery thing. I'm not remembering the name, how it's called in English. This part where it's somewhat watery, how to say, yeah, you get the picture. So I thought it would be a very interesting addition, and we also have this one. I do believe there will be one more, but we will probably start someplace else. This one is also, I don't know if it's, I believe it's this way. Yeah, this way is a Deico. I do have some Deicos. They are collaborating with Tino Toys. I'm not familiar with the history yet. I will be in time, and you will be in time if you stay on the channel, because I do make some reviews for the brands. This one I found it's very colorful. It's very, as pictures you see in children books, and I thought it will be an easy one to make, since you will find quickly the colors, or this is this fish and stuff like this. So I said, let's try also something like this, because as I said, I have some type of images that I like and buy, but then again there are some times that I buy something that is somewhat different, so that I have a variation. Well, then again I do have a very big variation, so sometimes it's a problem what to choose, what's coming next. This one is also a SunsOut. I do believe there were two SunsOut. In this one we have seen, and this one is the second. It's called Last Queen, from Nene Thomas. Nene Thomas is an actress that I actually have some puzzles. I really like this theme with women in nature, and he has also here some butterflies flying around. I also like the ribbon on her hair, and the color of the dress is somewhat similar with the color of the hair. And this one also I like that it's somewhat faded, so it's somewhat like a picture, that actually the picture is focused on the girl. 2021 Nene Thomas. And let's carry on. We do have one or two Grafikas too. From art collection, as they say, 1000 pieces Grafika. And let me see here. Yeah, this is a good one. What I actually asked about is I did receive some Grafikas, and they had the printing on the box was somewhat corny, somewhat like it has some noise. This one isn't like this. Well, this is a small count, 1000 pieces, and I do believe the other ones were on 2000 pieces. And then I'm very curious to see if they actually, if you puzzle them, if they are like this on the inside too. So 1000 pieces. These are square jigsaw puzzle, 60 times 60. I don't know if they also have this in inches. Yes, 23.6 inches, 23.6 inches. This is a picture inspired by the ancient Greek world. It's by a painter called Jacques-Louis David. Or David. I hope I didn't say too wrong the name. I also have made a puzzle from him, which was called The Intervention of Sabine Women. And it was, as a final result, it was one of the best pictures that I have actually made as a jigsaw puzzle. And it was so good, this picture, that I actually bought this on too. I will tell you what the story about this picture is. And it was so good that I am actually thinking to go on Paris, where the actual painting is, to see the actual painting with my own eyes. So this picture is a picture of Mars, or Ares, the picture of a god, which was the god of war. The god of war who loses his guns, who loses his weapons. They are not guns, these are weapons. Who loses his weapon from the women. I do believe this is from Venus. He does lose his weapons from Venus, or from Aphrodite. Probably from Venus. I do believe this was supposed to be the Roman. Aphrodite is the Greek goddess. And Ares is also the Greek god from Mars. Well, you get a picture. And I thought it was be a very interesting theme to have as a picture. And I hope I will also have the time to make some stories about these jigsaw puzzles, but that may also take some time. And we have the Cobble Hill one. Cobble Hill are from the USA. I do believe are one of the best brands, at least to me, which I actually can get good hands on me from the USA. This is a collection of images, and I really liked this collection of ships. And the name, it says Thomas Chambers. I don't know actually the history about Thomas Chambers, but I may learn it about when I puzzle it. That's very interesting, which I found about the jigsaw puzzles. Here they also have the logo, which actually hides somewhat of the picture, but they say they have a poster included. To me, up till now, I most of the time don't use the posters, except if it's a very big jigsaw puzzle and the box is very small, such as the 6,000 piece I made. There I did see some of the poster, but when it comes to these sizes, most of the time I don't. Well, I do believe we had said what's about to say about this one. Again, a Cobble Hill. I haven't gone wrong with the Cobble Hill up till now. And now we go to some a little heavier ones. So this one is a Grafika. It's a 2,000 piece, and it has this. I tell you, the picture is somewhat corny. This one is called Lorelei, or Song of Lorelei. The Song of Lorelei, yes. If you don't know the history, Lorelei is a bend in the Rhine River, where there were a lot of shipwrecks. As you can see here, it's storm, something like this. This is an interpretation from Chris Ortega. It doesn't look like a river, but then again, there was also a saying, because of these whole shipwrecks, that there were some very beautiful and very good singing ladies that were singing, and because of the singing, the ships would go under. And this is a history that reminds me of the sirens that they were in Greece, and the sea people were also having problems listening to their songs from the Odyssey. So I thought, okay, when I first heard the story about, it's a poem from Heinrich Heine who says this thing. I don't know if he made it up, or I don't know if he actually put on paper a history that actually existed. But when I heard this story, this poem, which actually has also some music, so there was a composer who put some music to it. When I heard the story, I couldn't help myself and be reminded of the story about the sirens and Odysseus and stuff like this. And I thought it was a very interesting connection between the histories of these two people, the Greek people and the Germanic people, or the people that were living in the Rhine region at the time this history was coming out. So I thought, well, this image is actually not that educated so close, on the river aspect of the Rhine River, but then again, it does remind me of the history. It does remind me of the sirens. With the sirens was also supposed to be something like mermaids or gorgons, as they used to say in Greek language. So I said this would be a very interesting addition to the collection. Maybe I will make also a story about that. Sometimes I do buy jigsaw puzzles that tell me a story, or that are somewhat interesting about my personal biography, so to say. Here you see the Grafika puzzles. They do have many pictures. This one is interesting. I haven't seen this one. And what's interesting about them, they have pictures that sometimes the same picture is 1,000 pieces, 1,500 pieces, or 2,000 pieces. This one was only in 2,000 pieces, so I bought the 2,000 pieces. This one is 1,500 pieces. This is a picture that I know that exists sometime now. I do believe I've seen it some years now. And the price was good, and I said, well, let's go actually for it. You know about it such a long time. And it's in a temple that it reminds me of the Asia themed temples. So the history about there, and I hope I'm not insulting anybody if I say something wrong. And I don't know if this one, The Way of the Last Empire is the name. 1,500 pieces, and this one is actually, I would say, on the clear side when it comes to the print. And I do, if you see this, it's, I'm not sure if you can see it here. No, here you cannot see it. They also had this where they state all the names and the number of the pieces. The letters were kind of different, as if the one was Arial Black and the other one was Tahoma or something like this. I'm not sure. I said this as for example. They were not this specific, but you get. I do believe you understand my point. This is also a Grafika. This is upside down with pictures. Some it may be not to the taste of some as a picture, but it will be a very interesting one to make. Because you can see a lot of different patterns, so if you see a piece, you know, this one is this door, this one is this door. What I find somewhat interesting is that they have this door 3 times. 1, 2, 3 times. I don't know why that is. And there are some other doors which I find more attractive. But I don't know why they choose this one to put. Maybe it was easy for them to put inside when it comes to dimensions or something like this. Well, I don't know. Either way, a lot of doors. Which door should we open? Which should we not open? And what's behind every door? Don't you think that's an interesting thought or idea? I don't know if there is also a door that goes to Narnia or something like this, but then again, you see what I mean. This one is a very interesting puzzle from the Bluebird brand. It's an art. You see also the name, the sea of Satta, Suruga province, and they also have the date, 1859. It's a wave and the typical vegetation of this province and the mount, probably the Mount Fuji. I found this very interesting because from Hokusai there is also this picture from the Mount of Fuji, and this time from Hokusai is the wave is on the right side. In this picture the wave is on the left side. You may think, well, okay, and what's so special about it? Well, I don't know if that's something very special about it, but I did see a documentary and I found it very interesting that these actually could mean something, because on the Japanese language, on the Japanese writing system, they tend to write, if they write on this direction and not from up to down, they tend to write from right to left, which means on Hokusai's picture, the first one you see is the mountain and then the wave. And this one is the other way. You see first the wave and then the mountain. I'm not sure if that was made on purpose. I'm not sure that if that was made substantial or something like this, also without the artist knowing or something like this. But I really liked the idea of these two comparison, and maybe I can also do a comparison when I actually puzzle. I do have a collage from Cobble Hill where I can compare these two. Don't know, would you be interested in something like this, in a comparison like this? And we have two more, so hang in there. The one from SunsOut. I really like this underwater image with the sun here with this very beautiful color, many living things. Here inside, fishes, starfishes, dolphins. Here is also a turtle. Here is a vase that's sunk. Here's the shipwreck. They also have a shark. I really like sharks. If you don't really know, they have also a stingray. And yeah, it's a very colorful, beautiful underwater image. And let's go to the last one, which is a nova. As I said, there is also a nova, which actually is on a white box. So it may be on another, from other production, from other factory, or from older factory, or from newer factory. Either way, this is only a texture with so many leaves. I do believe this will be a very difficult jigsaw puzzle to make, and we will see when we actually puzzle it. And here they also show some other gradient ones they have, and some of these are very beloved from some content creators out there. And that is what I had to tell you. This video actually did take some more time. Well, there were some jigsaw puzzles that I actually had a story behind them, or had a story why I bought them. I hope you liked this batch of jigsaw puzzles, and I hope you like also to see such content. If you want to see such content, you are always welcome to subscribe, and you are always welcome to comment, like, and share these videos, so that the channel can go growing and will be creating more content for you. That was it for me from today. Thanks again for watching. Happy puzzling. Stay safe, and until next time, goodbye.